everyone. My name is Anna Sullivan,
And I'm Joanne Li.
and we're dietary interns at Urban Harvest right now. A little bit of information about us. We are from Sam Houston, and we both have our undergrads in nutrition, and we're getting our masters in nutrition. So we know a lot about it.
Yes, and today we're going to talk about watermelon, and let's get started.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is watermelon, and we're going to talk about the nutrition of watermelon, then how it's grown, and how you know it is ripe, and then we're going to have some fun and watch our videos on different kinds of recipes, and then we're going to have a fun quiz at the end.
Yes.
Okay, so what is watermelon? Well, they are vine-like plants of a ground family that have succulent fruit attached to them. They are native to Africa, but they can be grown all over the world if it's warm enough. The fruit contains a lot of vitamins and minerals, and usually it is eaten raw, but there's different recipes that you can pickle and grill it. Some quick history about watermelon. We know that it's been grown for millennium, 4,000 years. There's a Sanskrit word that's on screen. I unfortunately am not going to try to butcher the word. And there's hieroglyphics in Egypt dating back to the 4,000 years ago, showing them eating watermelon. Well, throughout this domestication and selection of breeding, we've got bigger and sweeter fruit that has less seeds. And now most of our modern day watermelon doesn't or is seedless. If you can picture watermelon in your mind, they're usually white seeds. Also, the flesh is juicy and it can be red, orange, yellow, and even white. And it comes in different shapes and thicknesses. We have large ones that you can get at the grocery store, and we have small ones. The number of fruits that can be produced from one single vine can vary from 2 to 15. The weight can vary from 2.5 pounds to up to over 40. So pretty large watermelons. Fun little fact about watermelons is we learned from Mr. Michael Atkinson, which will be featured later in this video, that it can get sunburned, which you just move the leaves away from the watermelon and it will burn a little bit. Also, another fun fact is that in Japan, they actually grow square and like heart-shaped watermelon, but the success rate is varied because it can burst because they put them into molds when they're growing. So now about the nutrition of watermelon. As you can see on screen, it's low cal at 30 calories per slice. It has over 90% water content, not a lot of protein, but when we look at the carbs, it does have a lot of sugar and it does have fiber in it. It also is fat-free, sodium-free, cholesterol-free, and it has good vitamins, and the mineral that it has in it is potassium. Talking about those minerals and vitamins, you can see in this slide that it also has the vitamins is vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B6, and potassium. Mostly vitamin C, which we love to see. Vitamin A is great for our eye health, and vitamin C is great for helping our immune function and protecting us, especially during this COVID time, from different viruses and flus. B6 is known for helping with collagen development and also immune function. And finally, potassium is going to help us with water balance and is found in all of our different kinds of cells. Like I said before, watermelon is over 90% water, which is great during this hot season we're having in Texas because it's going to keep your body hydrated and it's a delicious treat. Water is so important for our body because it carries nutrients and oxygen throughout our to our cells. It moves waste products out of our body, and it helps lubricate our joints so we can enjoy playing outside and exercising. I know I don't love exercising out in this heat, but watermelon can help. Fun thing that I found out when I was researching about watermelon is that researchers actually are looking into how it can help reduce chronic diseases like some cancers and heart disease. This is because, like I said in a previous slide, it's cholesterol, fat-free, and sodium-free. So it is heart healthy. It's certified by the American Heart Association as a heart check certified, which I always think of Cheerios when I hear that, but watermelon is also. And then some interesting research that is being done is with a antioxidant that is in watermelon called lycopene. And that has been seen to be seen in research to help reduce blood pressure and help reduce your risk for prostate cancer. However, the research is new, so there needs to be larger scale studies. And due to the fact that I am still getting my master's, I would recommend talking to your doctor before thinking that watermelon can cure something. And then the next one, which I love as a 20-something who sees all these commercials about anti-aging, is watermelon is great for your skin. That vitamin A and vitamin C actually helps with the elasticity in your skin. And if we don't get enough vitamin A, our skin can become flaky and dry, which I absolutely hate. But I really love watermelon for the vitamins and minerals in it. But the thing that I really love about watermelon, it helps my gut. Because it has water and fiber in it, they help keep us regular. Fiber is so important for not only our gut, but also for heart health and making sure we have regular bowel movements, which I know is concerning for a lot of different kinds of people.
So the other day, I went to a school for nutrition classes, and they have a beautiful field of watermelons. As you can see in the picture on the right, they have beautiful watermelons growing on the watermelon field, and it's so beautiful. However, those watermelons are not yet ready to harvest. So we're going to leave it on the field for a little bit longer until it's ready to eat. But how do we exactly know that? I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. So first thing that we can learn about the plant of watermelon. And watermelon is an annual fruit, means that it can be grown year round if the temperature is right. Because watermelon is a heat-loving plant. So watermelon can be grown year round in a lot of tropical countries. In Houston, Texas, we have a obviously hot summer, and a lot of watermelon farmers, they love to grow their watermelon in the spring so that they will have beautiful fruit in the summer. And watermelon has a climbing habit, means that they have the stems tendril that will hold on to objects. The stems can be up to 10 feet long, and you can see there's tiny little hairs growing on the stems, and this yellowish brownish hair will disappear as the plant ages. So you can tell how old the plant is from how dense their hairs are. And also, as you can see, there's a branching tendrils growing on the stems, and we'll call the little fingers of the watermelon. When the wind blows, the spirals the spiral structure of the tendril will contract, and it will hold on to the object, and then they'll grow around the object to support the plant growing. And actually, the other day in the field, I used my finger to touch the tendril a little bit, and you can feel that the tendril can sense your finger and immediately holding onto your finger. Is amazing, interesting feeling, and the kids love that. The kids love to put their fingers around tendril and feel the tendril like rolling around the finger, and this is amazing. And also, you can see a watermelon plant, they can produce male and female flowers separately on the same plant. And they often begin producing male flowers several weeks before the female flowers appeared. And the male flower will usually fall off, but the female flower will stay on the plant until it bear fruit and grow beautiful watermelons out. However, to do that, you need pollination. So in the nature, we'll have bees and butterflies to help us to do this process. Sometimes it's not very productive if you are a watermelon farmer and trying to sell a bunch of watermelon. So a lot of watermelon farmers, they would do hand pollination by picking the male flower and then gently tap on the female flower to transfer the male flower's pollen onto the female flower's pollen, and then they will produce beautiful watermelons. And the other day, me and Anna, we actually went to the Urban Harvest Farmers Market, and we met Mr. Mike Atkinson. And Mike is a very successful local farmer that grows beautiful watermelons. And he is very experienced. He's been growing, farming for his entire life. So he knows about watermelon. And he was telling us it actually takes 100 days to grow a watermelon from seed to fruit. However, it is really hard to grow watermelon from seed right off the field because they are very fragile, and there's wind, there's rain, and you want to protect the little watermelon plant, until it's strong enough to face the environment outside. So he will grow the seed in a little pot indoor until it is at least 4 to 5 feet tall for about 5 to 6 weeks. And then he will transplant it out at the field for another 65 to 75 days. He also mentioned watering is very important for watermelon. When you eat a watermelon, just like Anna just said, watermelon has really high water content, over 90% of water content. So you might think that, oh, it must take a lot of water to grow a big field of watermelons. It's actually exact opposite. You only need 1 to 2 inches of water per week to produce watermelon. You will want to keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. Means that you want the soil to be moist but not very watery and soggy. You want to reduce the watering once the fruit start to grow, because if you keep giving water to the watermelon, it will lose its flavor. You will want to have dry weather and less watering. Then the watermelon is going to be very sweet, and the sugar in there is going to be concentrate, and you produce the sweetest melon. And in Houston, Texas, we just say, we want to grow the watermelon on February, about the springtime, and by the time the summer comes, you will have beautiful watermelon to eat. So how can you tell if the watermelon is ready to eat? So when you look at the watermelon, when you choose a watermelon from the grocery store, you are looking for the watermelon that has a smooth surface. There's no bruises, no cut, and no dents. Some scratches are okay because watermelons, the peel, they're thick, so it won't really affect the flesh. But you want the outside have no bruises and dents. And when you lift it up, it should be very heavy, and the weight is all from its water, from its juice. So the heavier the watermelon, the sweeter and juicier it is. And when you turn it over, you can see watermelon has a patch of creamy yellowish color, and that is the spot that is sit on the ground. And that's another fun fact when a lot of watermelon farmers, when they grow watermelon, because the watermelons always sit on the ground, sit on the soil, it's easier to be rotten. So a lot of watermelon farmer, they will put a cardboard underneath the watermelon to prevent that happen. But what I was saying is, if you see a bright yellowish spot on the underside of the watermelon and the color is vibrant, is obvious, means that the watermelon is most likely to be ready to eat. And a lot of people, when they choose watermelon, they will try to hold a watermelon and tap and hear the sound. And you will looking for a hollow sound, and it usually represent it is ready to eat. However, according to Mr. Arkinson, is sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's all about luck.
I have to interrupt you. What was his exact words?
So he was saying picking a watermelon is like picking a girl, and you never know until you try.
Wow.
And I found that really funny.
No, yeah. I think it's a great way to transition into this little game we have for you. So on the screen, we actually have 2 watermelons that were picked from one of our school gardens, Gregory Lincoln. A, you can see, is a lighter green, and B is a darker green. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to pick which one you think is ripe.
And if you have the answer, you can just type it in chat box.
All right, I think we do have an answer right now. Yes, it is B. You can see, just like Joanna was talking about, there is that bright yellow patch at the bottom of the watermelon, and that darker color does indicate it's more ripe. Unfortunately, because we're on Zoom, you can't feel the watermelons, but B, though it was smaller, was heavier than A. All right, it's recipe time, my favorite time.
Me too. So here I have you guys prepared Mediterranean watermelon salad, and it is super easy to do. They're all pantry ingredients. So you need honey, a lime or lemon, olive oil, a pinch of salt. And in this salad, we put watermelon in it, of course. We also put some cucumber, and cucumber is also another heat-loving fruit. We call it fruit or vegetables, but it's another heat-loving fruit, and any kind of herbs that you like. In this recipe, I chose mint and basil and a touch of feta cheese. And let's see how we make it. Hey guys, my name is Joanne, and I'm very excited today because we're going to make my favorite summer salad. It is the Mediterranean watermelon salad. We have some honey that I got from the farmer's market. It's from Texas, local beekeeper, so I really recommend getting your honey from the farmer's market. And also I got some feta cheese, and I got some herb that I picked from the school garden, and I got some olive oil, lime, and we just need a pinch of salt. So the main character, we got the star of the show, watermelon, and got cucumber that I also freshly picked from our school garden. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, we're gonna make our salad dressing. So I got some honey right here, and what we're going to put in there is a lime juice. So it's gonna give the sour taste to the watermelon. So I'm gonna cut it in half. By the way, so we have 2 tablespoons here of honey, and also 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So it's about like 1 whole lime. So squeeze it in here. If you have a lime or lemon squeezer, that's gonna make your life easier. But I don't have one, so I'm just going to cut it in half and squeeze it in there. Make sure you get all the juicy goodness in this dressing. My cat definitely smells the fresh garden goodies here. And we put some extra virgin olive oil, actually any kind of olive oil work. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. Here you go. And just a tiny pinch of salt, because we are going to put the feta cheese in there, and the feta cheese is actually a little bit salty already, so we definitely do not need a lot of salt. And we're gonna mix it until it's well combined. And here you go, our sweet and sour salad dressing. Have all our dressing ready. I'm going to cut our cucumber and our watermelon. So we are going to cut it in little cubes. So what I'm going to do is to cut off the head, and I'm just going to cut it like about 1 inch thick. And each piece of cucumber, I'm going to cut it into 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly cut into the watermelon. After I make those marks, I'm going to use a spoon to just spoon the watermelon out. Here you go. After we prepare the watermelon and our cucumber, we're going to add some herbs. So this morning I picked some basil from the garden, so I thought this is such a good idea to put into our salad and add some flavor. Here I have some mint, which I also picked it from our school garden. I'm also going to chop it in and add some fresh lettuce. So after we add our herbs, I'm going to drizzle in the dressing that we just made. And I'm going to gently mix them all together. Last but not least, I'm going to add some feta cheese into the bowl to add some saltiness, and also feta cheese is my favorite ingredient in every salad. You can also choose other kind of cheese, like you can buy those like small mozzarella balls and cut in half, and then also to replace the feta cheese, but I love feta cheese. And there you have it. Summer party in the big bowl. Bye.
Well, that recipe was delicious. We got to try it after.
I know me and Anna, we finished the entire bowl and we keep making more the next day. It was delicious. So next will be Anna's recipe,
which was grilled watermelon, which I was very excited to try. You can see it's a very simple recipe. We just need a small watermelon. I'm using a larger one in my video just because of pricing. I understand that you can do that. I would just recommend halving it. Then I do recommend more sugar. That's because of what turned out after we grilled. And then half a teaspoon of salt. I do use lime in my recipe, but you can also use tahini or chili powder. And it's pretty easy. So let's watch the video.
Hi everyone, so I'm gonna do a roasted watermelon. We've already halved our large watermelon. The recipe that I did post on our slides does call for a small watermelon, but if you have a large one, it's okay. You just gotta half it. So remember, good knife safety. We're gonna cut it in half. We're gonna cut it. And then, so you can see this, we wanna get into a triangle shape so it's good, it'll fit well on the grill. And also, remember to make your bear claw. That's some good knife. And this is what we're looking for, a triangle shape, so we can get some good grill patterns onto our grill. So we're gonna come back after I'm done cutting up this whole watermelon, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna put on top before heading out to the grill. So I cut up the rest of the watermelon. You can see it's a lot of watermelon. So we're gonna add our coating now. So that is a lime. You're gonna need a lime, 3 teaspoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. First, we're gonna cut up this lime really quickly. I really like to roll my limes to juice them before cutting. It makes it easier to squeeze some off for your recipe. So, some good ones. Make sure you can see mine is green. There's not a lot of brown spots. Brown and hardness is not what you want to see in your lime. They want to be vibrant green and soft. All right, so we're gonna grab your first watermelon. We're gonna squeeze a little bit of lime on top. This is also an optional thing. You can also put chili powder on it or tahini. We're already putting salt on it, so it's already gonna be a little bit salty, so I'm choosing not to. So sprinkling a little bit of salt on the side. And you need to make sure you coat both sides. Just not too much, not too little. I'm gonna do that with as many grilled watermelon pieces as you want. I'm gonna make about 4, and I'm gonna show you how to do 400 pieces on the grill also. So our next step is to go out to the grill, and I'll see you there. Hey y'all! So you can see we're using a charcoal grill, but you can also use a gas grill. So you're gonna wanna lay them down. Don't worry about my fingers, they're okay for right now. Touch. And we're gonna place these for about 3 minutes on each side. So it's a little bit of a waiting game. But if we want good marks, we want to keep them on the grill for a long period of time. So if you do have a grill that shows the temp, you do want to get it up to 450 and keep it above. But we don't want to burn it, so don't go above 550. This is our final step. We're grabbing these off the grill. So just to see, we did have to spend a little bit more time on the grill because it was a charcoal. So you will have to adjust and look and see how you like your grill marks. You can see that they're kind of faded on these, but they're so good looking, right? My mouth is watering just looking at these pieces of watermelon. Oh. And then your bigger pieces aren't gonna have the grill marks that on all the sides, but that's okay. Ooh. But you can see right there is what we're looking for. A little charred is gonna go a long way. But yeah, so again, if you're using gas, go up to 450, no higher than 550. And if you're using charcoal grill, just keep checking it periodically. It won't be the 3 minutes on the recipes. All right, y'all. Bye.
I absolutely love that.
Oh, I did too. It was very interesting tasting. It tasted like a piece of meat.
Absolutely. And we actually, afterward, we saw some TikTok video on social media, and actually people did say grilled watermelon would taste like meat, and we proved that, and we agree with that.
Yes, and that's why I also adjusted our recipe with adding a little bit extra salt, so it would be, or sugar, and less salt.
Yes.
Because it'll make it more sweet, which is something I'm looking for after a delicious barbecue picnic.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Sorry. So now it's game time, y'all. So get ready. We're gonna do a quick little Q&A quiz. So first question: what ancient society is known to have eaten watermelon? Is it A, Greece, B, Roman, C, Mayan, or D, Egypt?
So if you know the answer, make sure you type in chat box. Do we have a first answer?
We have 2 answers currently, 3 answers currently. It's D, Egypt. So yeah, like I was saying, the hieroglyphics portrayed in Egypt shows that it was eaten by that society, but it's known to have been in the ancient world. So that's exciting. Then our next question is, what is not a color watermelon can be? Is it A, orange, B, red, C, yellow, or D, purple?
I see.
It's C, y'all. It's D, it's purple. Purple is something that we don't see, but we do see the other colors, which is always fun to have something interesting. Yep. Especially that Texas is known for their yellow watermelon. You can get it at H-E-B right now.
They're just as sweet as the red one.
Yeah, love them. The next question is, what is not a vitamin watermelon has? Is it A, vitamin D, B, vitamin C, C, vitamin A, or D, none of the above?
Remember the question, which is what is not a vitamin that watermelon has? So we want to look for the vitamin that a watermelon do not have.
And it's A, y'all. Watermelon has vitamin C and A. Remember, that's good for our skin and good for our immune system.
So watermelon do not have vitamin D.
Doesn't have vitamin D. The next one is watermelon heart healthy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it is, y'all.
And it is because of the substance lycopene.
Mhm.
And remember what Anna just said earlier, even though there are research showing that lycopene can help with your heart health and reduce the risk of heart disease, the research is not done like perfectly. So it's still very new research. So if you have any concern about the heart health and watermelon, make sure to consult with your healthcare provider.
Our next question is watermelon good for us? Yes or no?
Is it good for our guts?
Or good for our gut? Absolutely, yeah, it's great for our gut. It has fiber and water, so it can keep you regular and keep you going. All right, so now question time. If you have any questions, drop them into our chat box. I know we went over a big topic talking about the history, the nutrition, and how to grow it. So a lot of fun stuff, or if you have a question about the recipe, you can always ask us about that.
If you have any question, feel free to type in chat box and let us know. We will try our best to answer.
All right, if you think about it after we're done with this and you want to reach out to us, feel free. We would love to answer your questions.
And Urban Harvest is our organization that always provide education and classes section. So you can go to the Urban Harvest website and look for more classes like this.
Yes. We do have a question. Why is watermelon so expensive in Japan? And I'm not an expert on agriculture, but I would assume it's because there's not a lot of land in Japan to grow watermelon. So
watermelon farmers in Japan, actually it's not only watermelon, it's a lot of fruit that grow in Japan are expensive because they use the highest quality of soil and water, and even their weather is so nice to grow all kind of fruits, and they have nice weather, and because they're organic grown and they do not produce a lot of fruits, and they're trying to grow they're trying to grow perfect fruit in a smaller quantity to get to the highest quality. This is why their fruit, not only watermelon, all kind of fruit in Japan are in general more expensive because they're very uh, uh, pay a lot of attention on the quality instead of the quantity.
Well, I think that's our only question. Oh, no, that's our only.
How do Japanese get to grow square watermelon? So they actually put kind of like a mold when the watermelon is still a baby. They put a mold like over it. So as the watermelon grow bigger, it will grow into that shape. However, it's not very easy to success because the watermelon, like originally is round shape, right? So when you force it to grow into a square shape, a lot of time it would just bust out.
Mhm.
And so they only have a very few quantity of successful shaded watermelon. So not only square shape and heart, they also have heart shape and other kind of shape. But like because the successful rate is so low, and that's why they are so expensive as well. And however, they taste just like a normal watermelon, and it's just the shape is different, and they use a mold to wrap around the baby watermelon, so when it grow bigger, it will grow into that shape. And I don't think it's easier. I don't think it's easy to find in the US too. I think they don't really export out of the country. So or I only found shaped watermelon inside Japan in certain area of Japan.
Mhm.
It's not very popular. It's not that easy to buy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it definitely makes me want to travel to Japan, so I can at least try it.
I know.
But yeah, again, like feel free to continue to message in our chat box or ask us via email.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I guess that's it.
that's it, y'all. Thank you for coming to our presentation. We really enjoyed having y'all. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.